Republican Senator Lindsey Graham spoke to Sean Hannity of Fox News last night about the upcoming report from the Justice Department IG's probe of the Russia probe. Watch this.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really damning and ugly, and people did some really bad things that are dangerous for the country, but you'll only find it on Fox. You may find it a little bit in the paper. Here's what I predict. It'll be 10% of the coverage that the Mueller report got. And that's a shame. So just keep doing what you're doing. Here's the question. It's not what did Obama know and when he knew it. Who told him? And what did he do when he was told? I want to know who briefed the president about their counterintelligence investigation against the Trump campaign.
Joining us now, Republican Congresswoman Debbie Lesko of Arizona. Congresswoman, you sit on the House Judiciary Committee. What's your reaction to what Senator Graham is saying?
Well, go Lindsey Graham. I think he's right spot on. I mean, I want to know what started this whole Russian investigation. And so he's a really strong proponent for finding out and getting to the bottom of this, and I'm all with him. You know, in the House Judiciary Committee, Chairman Nadler is certainly not going to investigate this. He's too busy trying to undermine President Trump. So I'm glad that we have Senator Graham there in the Senate Judiciary Committee so he can get to the bottom of it.
Again, Russian meddling is wrong. Everybody understands that. This is about using U.S. intelligence community sources and assets to spy on an opposition campaign. The president said last year he would order the release of classified documents. What documents would you like to see? Because we're hearing about an October 2016 FBI email chain that may indicate that Christopher Steele was a really weak, not a credible source. What would you like to see?
Well, I would like to see almost all of the documents unclassified so the American people, including myself, can read what actually happened. And how was the President Obama involved? How were the Clintons involved? I mean, after 2 years of going after Donald Trump, saying he colluded with Russia and spending over $25 million, now we get the rest of the story and find out, how did this all start? A lot of things seem very suspicious to me, and I am really looking forward to the Inspector General's report and AG Barr's report, and I think it's going to be very enlightening. Of course, we can't release classified documents that would hurt the integrity of ongoing investigations, but certainly the ones that can be released, I hope they do it.
You know, we're hearing that the Inspector General had to go back and re-interview certain players who were at the FBI and the Justice Department because they were contradicting each other. We're talking potentially the names that we already know about. Your take on that?
Well, I was able to talk in a group setting with the Inspector General. He didn't give us any inside information, but we are now hearing that it will probably be sometime in September that he's going to release his report. So I think it's good that if he had to take extra time and go back, I mean, we just want a thorough report. We want it to be accurate so the American people know about it. But I do think Lindsey Graham is correct. Most of the media isn't going to cover it. They're going to cover things that are opposing Donald Trump. So that's why I'm so glad that you are covering it, and other media. I encourage them to cover the underlying story behind what started this investigation to begin with.
It's about how weak the evidence potentially was to get FISA warrants to spy on opposition campaigns. That's what it's about. Congresswoman Lesko, great to see you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.